I thought it was over, got that other plan.
Lights, camera, action. Hello, Eagle fans, and welcome to Roar of the Crowd. I'm your host, Alan Rice. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Jerry Rice. 41 years of it, to be exact. Even though Mom and Daddy made me play with him when he was little, he's still been around. Jerry, week 2. Well, it's actually going into week 5, but week 2 for the podcast. Been a big hit so far, man. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems to be taking off pretty good. We got a lot of views, and I think people are pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I think just, people can watch and keep up with what's going on, even though they might not make it to the game or whatever, so they can watch this and get to recap and let us talk about the football team.
Yeah, been great so far. We got all kinds of sponsors. There's so many I can't even begin to people want to be a part of this, and I'm so thankful. We're definitely going to make them a part of it. This week we want to thank One Stop Market, Flowers on Main, Philip Lewis, attorney at law, man.
Nice.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
The man, this is the man. He has been out here. These are people that's been helping us more than just this week. These are people that have helped us going back to last year when we started the Alumni Club, that's always been there, always supported. Robin and Philip have just been fantastic about supporting the kids, and none of this would have been possible without them, and of course Amy and One Stop. And Kemper Furniture, can't leave out Kemper Furniture. They hosted an entire game.
Oh yeah, it's pretty neat.
Big time, and I'm just so proud of all the people that's got out and really supported these kids, and look forward to what's coming in the future. Also, Lefty and Pablo, the Weed Eaters, they're the best.
Oh yeah, can't leave those guys out.
Of course, we can't leave out Brooke-K Photography, man. Taking all these wonderful pictures of all of our football players.
Best in the biz.
Making them look like superstars that they are.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Drilling King here, getting us a platform right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Knowing true talent when he sees it. Look at this face. How could you not? Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So take a quick look at these sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, Eagle fans. We're going to take a couple minutes here before all of our guests gets here, kind of recap what we saw last week and kind of preview this coming Friday. Jerry, what stands out to you about last week?
Well, obviously, with the way our defense has been playing lately and all the interceptions by Jaden Hacker and that secondary, got to say the defense stood out. I know they give up the one drive early. People I've talked to people this week and like, man, what's wrong with that offense? And I got to thinking about it and replaying the game, watching the game on film and things. But really, if you look at it, Coach Whitaker he called a really good game because he just did what the defense was giving him, and they only had at most 5 people in the box. So and that running game was really on point. Doc Maggard had 208 yards rushing. I'm not sure how many carries he had, but that running game was really, doing its job. And, we tried to push the ball down the field a little bit, but you got to give credit to Harlan because they weren't letting our receivers get behind. I mean, they were in the passing lanes, and so I think, when you look back on it, the defense was really stout out of that first drive. We got to cut down on the turnovers a little bit. I think that probably hindered our offense, from scoring probably around 40 points. But, I think we're averaging somewhere around 35, 37 points a game or something like that. So, but, yeah, you look at that defense, and I think that's the calling right now.
Yeah, listen, I have zero concerns about the offense.
Yeah, me
there's just too many weapons there. And, you've got Coach Whitaker, Coach Russ Melton over there. I've got zero concerns about the offense. I have zero concerns about the defense at the moment. They are playing lights out. I told Coach Melton, which he was with me, I thought we might have jinxed them a little bit there, bragging that defense up, and come out, Harlan gets a quick steal possession from us right off the bat and then drives it down and scores. I'm like, uh-oh, they're never coming on the show again.
Yeah.
But, kind of woke them up. They was lights out from there on out, man, and we can't move forward without talking about Jaden Hacker. This kid's a freshman.
Yeah.
All right. He's leading the entire state in all classes with interceptions.
Yeah.
Now think about that, man. That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
And as a freshman, so I don't know what they feeding them boys up there.
Yeah,
but they got to keep on feeding it.
Yeah, we talked about it on that post-game show, how he's always around the football, and that's something you can't teach. That's instinct, and the tip interception he had, and he's just always in the right spot. And they're doing a great job with him, but he's just got that knack, man, and he's on fire right now.
Yeah.
And I hope because he's going to be challenged this Friday night. And that whole secondary and that whole defense is going to be challenged this Friday night. So. I know they'll be up for the challenge. So that's one thing I can say about those guys, man. They're hungry, and I know even after the game the other night, some of the kids were, they were pumped up, and they couldn't ready to get back at practice and get ready for Clay County because it's a big game. Probably even more rivalry with them than say Harlan. But going back to that Harlan game, that defense, Harlan has got some really good athletes, and at any moment in time they can break one with 3 or 4 kids. And we done a really good job of containing those guys. They ran the football. They moved the football somewhat on us, but at the end of the day, that old adage comes in, you bend but don't break, and we bent a little bit, but we didn't break and only gave up 8 points. So, again, that defense, is playing lights out right now.
Yeah, so that like you said, you bend but don't break, and it's amazing what these kids can do when they get focused, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
And they had to be focused because kid for kid, Harlan was probably faster than we were.
Yeah.
The speed was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I heard Coach Whitaker and Coach Ed talk about it all during the week. Hey, these guys is fast. They got great recovery speed, and you know that your coaches are doing a good job when they talk about it in the scouting report, and then you go watch the game and you're like, wow. They know everything this team's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was one of their keys all week was, watch it. This team is fast, but they play disciplined football. They did their jobs, and luckily they didn't break any big giant plays to the house on us, and we held them to 8 points and come away with a W.
Yeah, and the tackling was on point too. Bryce Pugh had 19 tackles altogether. I think 13 solo. You look at Caden Caldwell, big night from him because he played huge on that edge of from containing those guys, not letting them outside. Pushing everything back inside for Bryce to clean up, and those guys in the middle. Caden Caldwell would come in big. He had 13 tackles, and I think he might have had 9 or 10 solos, something like that. So those were huge, numbers. And they tackled very well, keeping those guys in front of them and just containing those guys, man, because those cats are some athletes over there. And looking at Harlan, I didn't realize, but their size up front was huge. The big Clem kid that played tackle last year, they'd moved him over to tight end and defensive end this year. They're huge and strong. So. Our offensive line did good, and our defensive line, held up nice too.
Yeah. So you was talking about people kind of wondering what's up with the offense, but man, Landry is quietly putting together another fantastic season. He's in top 10 in just about every category in the state. Dalton Maggart, 205 yards rushing last week. Look, it's just, I don't know. It's just they're just playing complete football. They're winning at every aspect of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They might not put up the points, every week that you would like to see. People think you should score 40 points when you got. But look, man, W's are W's, and they get the job done. They're efficient, and I couldn't be happier with the way the team's going.
Yeah, me either. It's. I mean, they're off to a good start. Big challenge this Friday. Hopefully we can keep it rolling. But yeah, they're definitely focused, and you got to give credit to that coaching staff getting them ready every Friday night. And hopefully we can come out this Friday. Well, I thought we was a little bit flat coming out at Harlan, but I think that onside kick kind of turned the tide a little bit for Harlan and gave them a little bit of momentum. But we fought back nicely, and really, I never was worried about the game being in question. But like you was talking about Landry, he's teams are playing us for the pass, and it's really opened up that run game, and but Landry's he's still putting up some good numbers, so we're playing complete football right now.
Yeah, it's very balanced, and if you've got a balanced offense, it's hard to take away everything, right? Yeah. You focus on one and you open the door for another.
Yeah, you talk about the Dalton, and you got to talk about the other Dalton Baker too, because he can stretch the field. That speed of his is unreal. When he gets in the open field, he nobody's catching him. So we got a lot of weapons.
So we've got a lot of friends that live in Harlan. I've got a lot of people I work with from Harlan, and they kept talking about how lucky that Hacker boy was.
Luck. Okay.
Luck. I said, look, man, you know what luck is? Luck is where opportunity and preparation meet, right?
Yeah.
And that's called an INT, if you're wondering. And we get them because our guys are prepared.
Yep.
And they're in the right places, and they have the opportunity when you throw it up. So,
and you got to give, you got to give the other guys credit too, because they're locking down guys too.
Yeah, it's a team sport.
There's really nowhere for the quarterback to throw the ball, and like those tips and things that he's getting, and he's just it's crazy.
Okay, well, moving on to Clay County. I've been lucky enough to watch Clay County play a little bit. They're big, they're strong. They throw the ball all over the place, but they also line up and come at you in a power eye.
They do.
So they're a well-balanced offense. This is going to be a real challenge for that Leslie County defense. I think it's going to be a shootout, just like it was last year.
They might.
What do you think?
Yeah, Tate Rice over there, and now they're like you're talking about. He can run the football. He can throw it. You got to be ready for a halt, because you never know what Coach Sizemore over there is going to come out in. He may come out in 4 wides or empty, and then the next play he may be in power eye or wishbone. You just never know. He does a really good job over there, and those guys are physical. They're fast. They're big. I mean, we're going to have to be really come out and ready to play Friday night. But I'm looking for it to be a shootout. I don't know how much defense will be played in that one, but that's because those offenses are both offenses are potent. But hopefully we can keep them in check, keep the guys in front of them, because Tate, he's going to get his. I mean, he just is. He's an amazing player.
He's got I think he's 55 of 77 on the year for 905 yards. 14 touchdowns. So
he's
obviously they like to throw it.
Right. We got to, like we talked about, you get that defense can bend, but it can't break. You got to keep him in front, and also he scrambles around and he'll throw it across. I mean, he can do all kinds of things, and he's just a tremendous athlete and a tremendous player. So we got to be we're going to guys are going to have their heads on the swivels and pursue the football and contain him a little bit. Try to contain him, because he's going. I mean, like I said, he's going to get his, but if you can, keep the other guys in check, and I think we can come out there with a win. But it's going to be tough. But I know our guys are ready for the challenge.
Yeah. Just quick thought. You're going 25 minutes down the road.
Yep.
To our neighboring county. Last week it was across the mountain to Harlan.
Yep.
Fans was in droves, man. It was one of the best, crowds that I've seen at an away game in a long time for Leslie County.
Yep.
And I got the feeling it's going to be the same thing this
no.
week in Clay County in Manchester. So I am looking forward to a barn burner. A lot of rowdy fans.
Yep.
Going to be a great atmosphere. They do a really good job. Give Clay County a shout out. They know how to put on a high school football game. They got the lights. They got the fireworks. They come out and camp out. They take their football serious, and it's a really good place to go play. And
it is. It's going to be. You talk about Leslie and Clay. It goes back a long way, and there's a lot of family. It's got family over there, family over here. So there's a little crosstown rivalry, a big one there. They do a good job. They're going to be tailgating over there, right on the sidelines. They know how to do it over there, and hopefully we can get a lot of fans like we had at Harlan over there cheering our guys on, because we're going to need them.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. We're fixing to go to break, but before I go to break, I just want to put out a message here from the Alumni Club. The Alumni Club is still looking for a sponsor for the fireworks for our next home game in a couple weeks. So if anybody's interested in that, reach out to one of us. Reach out to me at Alan Rice on Facebook.
Hey, how about let's give a Rice and Sons Trucking sponsor right here and get some fireworks.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Nancy Carl. That's who we need to talk to. Mom. You think you could stick your hand in the old man's pocket there and get us some firework money?
Yeah, or let's see.
That's Rice and Sons Logging.
Rice and Sons Logging.
Yeah. I think
Or how about Maggard's Logging?
Oh,
Maggard's
Badge. Yeah. That's a good call, bro.
Yep.
Good call. You got it. You on the hook, girl, man. Check out these sponsors here. We don't want to leave anybody out, but we want to, from the bottom of our hearts, thank everybody, especially all the parents and the people in the Alumni Club, for making sure these guys go home after road games with a full belly. It's great to see these kids that may not have the opportunity that some of the other kids have, but that's the one thing we want to make sure of is if you play football here, you're going to be taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Or any sport here. We're going to make sure that we do our part. So
yeah, and that he was talking about our sponsor that last year. Some people was taking food all the way to Hayes Lewis, and we can't do it without you sponsors. And our kids, they really appreciate you guys. So that's a big shout out to you guys.
Yep, hats off. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back, Eagle fans. We're here with head coach Eddie Melton and the legend Russell Melton. It took us a little while, but we got him here. Guys, how y'all doing this evening?
Doing good. Talk to the legend first. Yeah, I'm just
doing great.
How was practice today, coach?
Just finished a good practice and got some work in, so the week's done, I guess, for the most part, other than pregame. So
awesome.
Had a good day.
Good day. All right, let's recap last week. Go across the mountain, come back home with a W. We left Harlan alive with a W. Has to be good. What'd you think, Russ?
Great. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a beautiful win, but it's better than a pretty loss.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
We'll take a win any way we can get it. But anytime you go over there, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be tough versus, I guess you could say, but it's always a battle when you get over there. You're going to be down a touchdown, or at least you got to have that attitude when you get off the bus. And we held on.
Yeah. Me and Jerry, we talked a whole lot last week about the defense, and we kind of thought we might have jinxed it a little bit. We come over, they steal possession on the opening kickoff, go down and score. It's like, oh, here we go. But your guys battled back really, really hard, and after that first drive, that was it, man. You guys was lights out defensively. And, that team had a lot of speed, and luckily everybody, stepped up and played, and good technique. We took care of that.
Yeah, anytime you get down a score, it's interesting to see how your team's going to react. Each team reacts differently over the years as a coach, But I felt like that was a positive, definitely a big positive for us. The way they responded defensively, giving up the score early on, they come back and execute. We're going to give up some plays defensively, that's just part of the game. You know, our motto has been, but don't break. You know, if we can make our opponent have to execute, move up and down the field 10 to 12 plays a drive to score, we feel like then we're going to be able to hold our opponent out, you know, more often than they're going to score.
Yeah. All right. So it's a really big win. So we're off to a really good start this season. 3-1, heading to Clay County this week. What we looking like this week versus Clay County?
Well, again, it's the same thing as crossing in the next county over at Harlan. You know it's going to be a battle. You know it's going to be some smash mouth. And I think numerous coaches today, that's all we kind of reiterated, is that you got to be physical when you go to Clay County. They're a big physical team. We got to match that, and I think we will. You got to show up ready to play 4 quarters of physical football when you play Clay County. Anytime Clay and Leslie get together, it's going to be a physical game.
Yeah. What do they look like on film?
Well, as far as I know, their offense, they're very balanced. Traditionally you think the quarterback they got over there as a senior this year, very, athletic, throws the ball well. But once you get in the stats and digging in there, they're pretty much almost a 50-50 team as far as run and pass when you sit and break them down. But I feel like, they are a good football team. They're physical. But, we feel like we're a good football team also. And we have played physical the last 4 games, and we plan to continue to be physical moving forward, especially Friday night.
Yeah. So one of the things that really stuck out to me Friday, I have to give a shout out to the Leslie County fans. I mean, they really showed up. Looking around, it looked like we outnumbered the Harlan fans by quite a bit. So I think if that's going to be a big part going to Clay County next week or Friday night, hopefully our fans show up. Should be really fun.
Yeah, and you can speak to some of the players here when you interview them. That's one of the things we integrated. After I told them the last few days, it's going to be a big crowd. I mean, and that's the fun part about playing high school football on Friday nights. The big rivalry, crossing the county line, and getting after it, and knowing that when you get over there, you go have a big fan base following right behind you, cheering you on. That's what makes fun playing. Makes it fun playing on Friday nights.
Yeah, 25 minutes away. Got lots of fans there. It should be fun. Looking forward to it, guys. What do you think, Mel? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I agree with you. It should be good. We've had a big following as long as I've coached and when we were players. I mean, that's one thing I can say. You got to brag and be thankful for all the Leslie County fans because they follow us and they follow all of our sports. And they follow us and they show up, and it's great. I can remember a few years back playing Lexington Christian at their place in a playoff game and rolling in with more fans than they had.
Yeah.
When you show up in Lexington Christian on their home field and you have more fans than they have at the game start, that's just a good feeling, and that's what Leslie County fans do.
Yeah, so to me, that's one of the beautiful parts about being from Leslie County. Our fans travel well. It's just a wonderful time of the year to be a Leslie County fan. Guys, I know you're busy. Appreciate the time. We got some Eagles coming on here in a little bit. We're going to try to showcase the little kids' the future.
Sounds good. Sounds great.
All right, guys, check out our sponsors here. We got a whole big list of them tonight. Can't thank them all at one time, so just take a look at these sponsors and we'll be right back. Thanks, guys. That was a good one. All right, welcome back, Eagle fans. We're here with the Backbone once again. If you guys don't care, just go down the line here and introduce yourself. We'll start over here.
I am Rylan Simpson, number 18.
I'm Landon Joseph, number 31.
Henry Step, number 5.
Jaden Hacker, number 3.
Caden Caldwell, 32.
All right. Got a couple birthdays out here today. We got a couple of these guys sharing a birthday. Happy birthday, Landon.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Jaden.
Thank you.
You guys look excited to be here. All right, Jaden, let's start with you. It ain't every day that you get somebody up here that's leading the state in anything. You're leading the state in interceptions. How's that feel as a freshman?
It feels good. I couldn't do it without everyone else around me.
I love that answer. That's a great answer. Good answer. Landon, what's your favorite food?
Bologna.
Bologna. All right, guys, this is a question that I asked everybody last week. They give me an answer that I didn't really like, but what is your all's favorite pregame meal? Come on.
Pregame meal.
Yeah.
I like pregame, like spaghetti.
There we go. There's one for the home team. What's yours?
By far spaghetti, but if I get bologna,
It ain't just any bologna. What kind of bologna you?
smoked bologna.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to go with spaghetti too, but it ain't none of the ordinary spaghetti. It's gotta be from One Stop.
Well, believe it or not, they're the ones sponsors that every time we have it, it comes from One Stop and Miss Robin Lewis.
You know, you gotta have that homemade spaghetti.
Homemade spaghetti.
I'm gonna have to go same.
Yeah, well, I think them.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, I think all them seniors are just spoiled. They just throwing out stuff like steak and everything. I like the spaghetti answer. You like the spaghetti answer?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So going to Clay County again Friday. For most of you guys, this is your second time in 2 years going over there. What do you remember about playing over there last year? What's your thoughts on going back this year?
They play tough. They play rough the whole time, every single play. All I know is that we gotta overcome that
Yeah.
physicality.
Yeah, match them. You guys can do it. What about you, Joseph?
I think they're real physical, and we're just gonna have to be more physical.
You can do it. All right, Eastep. What about you? That's your neighbors over there. You little Bob Forker here.
Yeah, I mean, played over for 4 years. Kind of always had that same type of offense, very explosive. Kind of a balanced team like Coach was talking about. Nothing we can't overcome, you know, on paper. We're a solid team, very solid secondary. I feel like that's one we'll come on top with.
Good. Jaden, this is going to be your first trip over there. Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, sir.
What do you think? What have you seen on film? I know you guys watch a lot of film.
Yeah, they're physical. I mean, their quarterback's got an arm. He can, if I don't watch out, he can throw across the field, across
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah, you're gonna have. They like to sling it around there.
Yeah.
Caden, what's your thoughts on it?
I think as long as we follow game plan, we'll be A-okay.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. So you see, we got quite a bit of mostly defensive players here with us. Rylan, what's that offense looking like? You guys ready to match that
Our
Clay County
offense is
defense?
looking good.
Are we?
We're looking good.
All right. Good and
Passing-
sharp.
Passing game's good. Run game's all right. I mean, everything's well-rounded so far.
Yeah. So this question's for kind of all you guys. What's been your favorite part of the season so far?
I'm just going to say every Friday night.
Every Friday night.
You know,
Same here.
Caden?
Just love holding teams under 10 points. It's
Yeah.
my favorite part.
And that's my favorite part too.
Don't quit.
There you go. What are you guys looking forward to the most this coming Friday night? What are you looking forward mostly about it?
Winning.
Winning?
Winning.
Making some big plays with our defense.
Yeah. We'll be looking for that number 31 just flying through there somewhere. All right. Looking forward to the rest of the season. I know you guys take it 1 week at a time, but we're getting ready to come up on a pretty good stretch here of home games. You guys looking forward to spending some time at home?
Absolutely. We'll have
Yeah.
the home crowd backing us up.
I have to agree with that. We got an awesome atmosphere, awesome fan base. I mean, they show up and show out just as much as the players do. Get behind us, support us, and, you know, crowd us together for a W.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we got the best fans.
I agree with that. Caden, what's your thoughts on it?
1,000%. We got the best fans.
If this week's anything like last week, it's going to be like a home game at Manchester that Friday night. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not from on the field, but Leslie County fans kind of took over Harlan last week.
We'll have more than Clay.
Could you tell? Could you feel it out there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, good luck to you Friday night. Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
You can say go Eagles.
Oh, go Eagles.
All right. We'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome back, Eagle fans. We're here with another segment of Leslie County Legends. And I've got two dandies here with me today. These guys are special and dear to me. I was actually freshman the very first year I was a part of the high school coaching staff. Mr. Tyler Wells and Mr. Daniel Day. How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing well, doing well. Happy to be here this evening, of course. It's fun watching some of the players kind of get nervous up here in front of the camera. And
Now it's your turn.
tight lip, yeah. And I'm just thinking, I'm next. So,
Well, guys, I'm glad to have you here. So don't be telling no bad stories on old Coach Rice here.
He already asked us not to do that last night. He texted last night and said, don't do it.
and reminded us that this is on a little bit of a delay just in case. So.
Well, I'm going to highlight these guys because, like I said, they some of the first high school players I ever coached. And, man, what a great group. I mean, you guys went on and had a stellar career here. I think your senior year, you guys were knocking on the door of the regional championship. I don't really want to talk about it. I was talking to Coach Wicker today. We was talking about tough losses at Leslie County, and that one always stands out to me. You know, we lost some state semifinal games, but we played, teams that we were a long shot to beat to begin with. So it didn't hardly hurt as bad. But I hate to bring it up, guys, but that loss to Sheldon Clark still keeps me up at night. What do you guys remember about that?
I would like to say nothing. It would be a lie. I think me and Daniel kind of talked a little bit last night, and we assumed this would be brought up. I know for me, it's in the past. Have I got over it? No. Will I get over it? Probably never, because like you said, it's a tough loss. In my opinion, we were a better team. But scoreboard don't always reflect that.
No,
it does not.
That's right. And it was, like I said, that was back in 2005. Tough loss to Sheldon Clark. I guess it's called Martin County now.
Yeah.
Good season, 10-2, district champs, number 4 in the state, 2A. And just, got upset. And I'm still to this day, I've never watched the film. Haven't watched any highlights of the film. Refused to do it. But, you try to remember the good times. And what I remember most about that game is after the game, I'm laying there and I'm crying. And this is something probably good for all kids to remember. And I didn't think of it as an 18-year-old kid. I'm laying there crying on the field. Last time I'm ever going to play. And I see my dad jerks me up by the helmet and says, stand up. You're a grown man. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. There's bigger things in life. You've had a good career. Walk off this field with pride. And at the end, I didn't like it, but now as a 36-year-old, I appreciate, him doing it for me.
That's amazing. Yeah. Your dad's an amazing guy.
Well, I appreciate it.
He saved my life down here last year at the Harlan game. I don't know if you remember that. I have some fun memories of that season. I can remember you caught a ball in the end zone there at the end of the game. And I was on top with Coach Russell Mountain, who's going to be on with us later. We was standing there. I was like, he caught it. He's like, nah, he's crossed the line when he threw it. And sure enough, I looked over, seen the flag. And then, that moment it hit you.
Yep.
Man, this was.
Yep. It went from thought I caught the game winning touchdown, screaming at Brian Milam and WYMT and the camera, spiking the ball to seeing the flag and knowing automatically what it was.
Yeah.
So, but that's one good thing you all about football. I mean, is it really does. I know it's cliche to say it teaches life lessons.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. I mean, you get knocked down, you got to get back up.
Yeah, that's something we always like to talk about on this segment of the show is the life lessons learned from playing football. And I don't know if you guys got to catch it last week. We had two legends on here.
Absolutely.
Fantastic guys. And you guys the same way. You've been already, you're successful. You're a pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
Tyler's a pharmacist, and you're the assistant superintendent. So you guys went on and you've been successful. What kind of role did being part of the high school football team play in your later successes?
Right off the bat, to me, it really instilled one, not being greater than the team. So I know I was fortunate to grow up and play sports with a group that was very tight-knit. We left practice together. We rode to practice. We done everything together. So when we kind of developed that bond, it instilled a thing in each one of us, I feel, that still drives us today. If you look around from our group that kind of graduated, most of us have went on, had successful careers, have, different aspects in life where we've found success, but I think a lot of it does come back to being part of a team, to knowing your role, knowing that this hard work right now is going to pay dividends in the future. As Daniel said, that loss we took was tough, but the fact that we had 4 years of absolute brutal practicing, other heartbreaks kind of prepared us to move on from that. And I think when you look at most of us now, it's been indicative that, things happen. You got to buckle up and get back.
Yeah, I agree. It's the kind of the theme, everybody I talk to is kind of the same thing. And I know when we started the alumni club, the alumni club last year, you was one of the first guys to get on board, and I want to thank you for everything you've done to help us there.
No problem, man.
And you always wanted to help the team and give back to it, and you can feel, when people does that kind of thing, you know what it meant to them,
Yep.
right? And you want these kids to have the same opportunities that we all have.
Absolutely.
What about you, Daniel? Same thing?
Yeah, and I mean, football taught me, like I said, perseverance, not quitting. So I stayed back in 8th grade. But my first 8th grade year, I didn't get to play 8th grade football. I was horrible. I mean, I, as an 8th grader, had to play on the 7th grade team where I didn't get to play. So, I mean, it taught me you either, get better or you get bitter,
Yeah.
one of the two.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a good thing for life. And just looking back, man, it was just some of the best memories of my life was on that football field. And I still get chills every time you walk down the hill and listen to the cheerleaders, listen to everybody sing the school song. I mean, still today when the school song gets sung, it's still
No every word.
I don't care if you're a fan. I don't care if you're a player. I don't care if you're a coach. Walking down that hill, seeing the lights, knowing you get to watch some Eagle football, just sends cold chills down your spine, man.
Yep.
And, oftentimes I know I didn't when I was playing, and it's hard for a kid at 18 years old, 16 years old to appreciate it, but just kind of the brotherhood that we're fortunate enough to have here at Leslie County.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very storied history in football. Some, plenty of letdowns too. But I think we have kind of a bond that you can see when different generations get together. Like I said a little earlier, I was fortunate to have a very close-knit group. Still, most of them are my best friends today.
Yeah.
It's blessed.
And look, and it don't just, it ain't just the guys you graduated with. It's the guys that come before you, and it's the guys that's coming after you. It's like you said, it's a brotherhood, man, and I've never seen it anywhere else. I've been a lot of places, and it just don't seem like it's the same as it is here. I think is it because of the small community, or what do you think it is?
I think so too. I mean, I think it goes back. I mean, I know it was well back to even when Russ and Coach Whitaker were playing, back when Anthony Little was playing. I mean, when you keep going farther back, I mean, it's always been like that. And those guys, they talk about how great their times were, but just the brotherhood that those guys have had. And I think back to me growing up, what the biggest thing for me was Dad getting home off work, coming to get me, us coming through Hurricane and Camp Creek and trying to make it here in time to watch the 94, 95 Eagles play.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was what you did. I mean, that was the thing to try to beat the traffic. And so, I mean, when you grow up with that and that's what you remember, I think that's what you're just looking forward to when it's my turn to get out there.
Yeah. So I want to take a minute here, since you're a school administrator.
Okay.
I just want to tell you how proud I am of what you guys have done. Mr. Wilson, you guys have invested a lot into the students. But one of the things that I don't want people to overlook is the academic side.
Right.
I mean, last year, school finished in the top 10? And So that, to me, hey, we're good on the field, we're good in the books.
Right, absolutely.
And that goes a long way when, it ain't all about sports, but you guys have certainly committed to that. You've made some excellent hires as coaches here, and the facilities have never been better.
Yeah.
And the academics has never been better. How does that make you feel as a former player and an administrator now?
We're tickled to death. We've got a good board of education, got a good superintendent, Mr. Wilson, and then Miss Lewis and Mr. Collett do a phenomenal job as the leads down here at the high school. And they want to win. I mean, they want to win on the football field, the basketball, volleyball, track, cross country. They want to win at everything. But now they hold their athletes accountable. And you're going to come to school, and you're going to do what's right, and you're going to make the grades. And we want to, just as bad as we want to beat Hazard, Perry Central, Clay County, like any of these people, Harlan, just as bad as we want to beat those folks, guess what? We want to beat them in the classroom as well, because that's what's going to lead to success later on. Football teaches life lessons, but, we want these kids to be successful, whether it is either in college or career, one of the two.
Yeah, I agree. Smart football players make better football players.
That's right.
You guys are examples of that.
I worked for the school system for a little bit and then actually helped coach with Daniel some. And so I'm out of the school system now, and I kind of get a little bit of a viewpoint, an outsider, I guess, from where it was when I was involved with the school system to where Leslie County is now. And from my point of view on the outside, one glaring change that I've seen, and I know me and Daniel talked about it a ton when I was working with him, is just the school culture. And it has improved so much in a short amount of years. And by culture, I don't mean just sports, academics, it's everything. Leslie County's taking pride in it. And I feel like when you have good school culture like that, it only promotes everything. If athletics are good, we're there supporting kids, guess what? Those kids are going to be motivated to do better in the classroom. And you're starting to see that pay dividends. Look at state rankings in testing. Look at improvement in sports programs. I think from top to bottom in the last kind of 5 to 10 years, Leslie County's made a lot of leaps. Being a former player, it's exciting. I work in Perry County, so it's nice to wear my Leslie County stuff.
I'm with you. I wear my Leslie County stuff no matter where I go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. One more question, well, a couple more questions. What do you guys remember most about your time at Leslie County playing just on the football? I know you guys played multiple sports, but from the football side, what do you remember most about your days as a Eagle football player?
You want to take it first?
I got a few things. I mean, I remember going to Breathitt County, beating Breathitt County first time in 11 years at Breathitt. That was a huge, huge thing. District championship down here against Middlesboro, winning the district championship. First district championship, I guess it had been in 10 years when we won it. 95 to 2005. So doing that was big. But something that I really loved was camp week. I loved camp week. I loved getting to be, we stayed down here in the locker room, everybody, it's untelling how bad that place stunk by the end of the week. But just the practices, and I don't know, Alan may remember this, and I'd say Jerry does too, and if Roy Feltner's out there anywhere, he'll remember it. He'll remember it as well. But one of my fondest memories is all of a sudden it's camp night. I don't know how many nights we've been there, and all of a sudden, ding, boom, 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 boom. Wake up, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, the sun ain't out, and then we're out running up Camp Creek Wendover, and them leading us running as we go up and down. I don't even know if we can do that now. You think we'd be allowed to do that? But the whole team running up Wendover, running down the tennis courts. I'd be doing a big loop here at like 5 in the morning. So that was, it wasn't a fond memory then, but looking back now.
Just piggybacking off of Daniel, there's definitely memories on the field. Breathitt County, we'll never forget beating them over there, walking off. Schick's pregame speech before Breathitt County, I'll never forget that. He jerked out his national championship ring on us. But just the feeling coming off on Breathitt County's field, running by that cannon, knowing we just kicked their hind ends for the first time in about 10 years. That was great. Middlesboro, great. But like Daniel said, none of that sticks out as much to me now as times with my teammates, like the minutia, camp, going to a movie during camp, bus rides together, pregame meals. I mean, those little small things definitely, when we get together, that's what we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about the games as much. We don't talk about any kind of stat. Those, in the grand scheme of things, they're minute compared to memories with friends.
Yeah, I mean, I've got tons of them as players, coach, and now pregame show host. All right. So we're going to end it here with this question. You guys got any good fun memories of old Coach Rice? They have to, now listen, the good ones. Can't tell no bad ones here.
I think definitely you all coming in at about 5 was a really good one.
Or a bad one.
And then, after graduating, kind of learning about your all's camp routine compared to ours is something that I'll probably fondly look back on and know that it was a grueling week for you all too. But no, I think one thing I'll always appreciate about some of the coaches we had is they didn't cut us breaks. And I don't mean that as a slight. I mean that as high school kids try to get away with things. We all know that. We all I ain't feeling like practicing today. I'm banged up a little. I think you all done a great job of holding us accountable because you knew what we were capable of. And I think that, played out in where we went later on in life. There's a big role in it.
Probably the biggest to me, other than the making us wake up and run at 5 in the morning, but the more meaningful thing would be, and it's for you and your brother both. You always treated us extremely good, and especially me. I mean, somebody from up McCutcheon. I mean,
Yeah, we didn't hold that against
He didn't
you.
hold it against me. I mean, just somebody who really, didn't feel like he was, somebody, and but just treated just as good as everybody else. And I mean, always did appreciate that. Even if Paul Hoskins is your uncle, you can't help that. I'm just kidding, Paul. I think the world of you.
I think, too, I remember this distinctly after.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. After we got beat, after the Sheldon Clark game.
Yeah.
I remember very vividly coaches coming to us, coming to me. I'm sure they went to other players as well, and not just telling us to keep it up, keep your heads up, life goes on, but thanking us for our time and what we put into the program. And at the time, probably didn't give two craps about it. As I grew up later on in life, that's something I look back on. Because, you all dedicate a lot of time, coaches do, away from their family. They put it into kids of these schools. So I appreciate that now.
And I hope I did understand that when I said they were good to me, that didn't mean they took it easy on us.
No, by no means.
They did not take it easy on us. I want to clear that up right now.
Well, listen, guys, it's been great to have you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Look forward to it again.
Yep.
I'll see you
Thanks
guys
for
around.
letting us.
Hey, listen,
We appreciate. Listen, I want to say on behalf of the school system how much we appreciate you all, that you all are doing this, and how much that you all are promoting the kids. And people love this. I think it's been a hit. Can't wait to see those guys on here as well.
Yeah.
I see some.
We got some
more.
little eaglets back here.
Some little eaglets back here. So really looking forward to that, and appreciate all you all. And appreciate Blake, for doing this. I just think it's great, and I think our kids love it.
Well, that's awesome. That's the only reason we do it. And you see these sponsors flashing up here. These are not people that's giving us big bukus of bucks to put in our pockets. The only way you get an ad on this show is by giving to the football team. And that's what it's all about, is promoting the kids. And it ain't just for the high school kids. It's for middle school kids, or 5th and 6th grade kids, and and right on down, because, some of our sponsors, they make sure, like the 5th and 6th grade kids make sure they have something to eat before they go on road games.
Yeah.
And there's people that actually drive out of their way to like last year, for example, we took pizza to Hayes Lewis for one kid, just so he would have food before the game. And it's things like that that makes a difference.
Yeah,
We want kids to play, and it ain't just because, we want them on the team. Obviously, we want them on the team, but we just want to keep this culture going. We want this to keep going, and you look around the state and other counties, I hate to say it, but football's kind of on a decline, man. And I don't know, there's multiple reasons for that, but it is what it is. And, but if you play here, you're going to be taken care of. That's our goal.
Absolutely.
You were talking about earlier, why do we have such a culture? This is kind of a microcosm of that. You've got the community supporting this. You've got present players here getting their chance to be heard, be seen. You've got that also being incorporated with the past, and you've got people in the future out there sitting.
Yep.
That's why we've got the culture.
That's it, and it's all heading in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Listen, guys, I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you guys around. I'm sure I will. Tell your boss I'm coming after it.
Tell him. Tell Paul Hoskins maybe he can teach you how to fish some.
We'll be right back on that note. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Welcome back, Eagle fans, and we're here with the future of Leslie County football. These little guys I like to call the Eaglets. They're the future. Won't you guys start and introduce yourselves? I know who you are, but tell everybody out here watching what your name is and what position you play and what grade.
My name is Rylan Morgan. I'm 6th grade, play wide receiver.
My name's Jacob Ross. I'm in 6th grade, and I play fullback and linebacker.
My name is Carson Crawford. I play linebacker and I play quarterback, and I'm in the 6th grade.
All right, guys. How's the season been so far?
Decent.
Solid.
Better than last year, I guess.
Yep,
Way better.
for sure.
About you, Jacob.
It's way better than last year.
Oh, yeah?
Well, why is it better than last year?
Because we
Carson?
sucked last year.
Our O-line's
I wouldn't say
definitely better. Our O-line's better.
Yeah.
O-line's better?
And we got more fight in us.
Got a little more fight. I've noticed that. You was out there trying to play with a broke foot, wasn't you?
Yeah.
How's that going? Are you about to come back from that, buddy?
Yeah.
Got his cast off this week.
Yep. Right.
Pound for pound, he might be the toughest little cat on the team.
Toughest guy on the block. Jacob, just so you know, this is my nephew, and I am a little biased. I'm sorry. Jacob, what's it feel like to actually make tackles this year? Because you have been a little wrecking ball. What's it feel like to get there? Is it because your uncle been out there helping coach you a little bit in the beginning of the season? Is that what it is?
No.
Oh, man.
Well, why?
Oh, what is it? You watching more highlights or what?
Yeah.
Rylan, what about you? What do you think about this season? Are you having more fun in this season?
Yeah, because I don't even think we won a game in our first 5 games.
Really?
Well, we might have won one in our 3rd game, maybe.
But you have more fun this season. You guys is a lot better, a lot more talent out there.
Yeah.
Not me.
Huh?
Not me.
Well, you've been sitting on the sideline. Well, you've been on that little scooter. Hey, Carson, you do make a really good cheerleader, though.
I broke my brake the first day I got it.
Go figure. You broke the brake.
Yeah, I went down the hill with it.
Yeah. What is your favorite part about football? What do you like most about playing football?
Playing football, I guess. I don't know.
What's your favorite part? Serious?
Throwing TDs.
Throwing TDs? All right. What else?
I can live with throwing TDs.
Hitting people.
Hitting people?
Yeah. What about you,
Good
Jacob? What's your favorite part about playing football? Taking a break from baseball?
Yeah, and trucking little kids.
Trucking little kids. Yeah. What about you, Rylan? What's your favorite part?
I like catching touchdowns and
Head talking people.
yeah.
Yeah, you all some big old boys out there compared to these other sixth graders, from what I've seen.
Not
Well,
really.
yeah, and compared to last year, we were on that end
I
last
was
year.
like
Now
4 or
we're
5 last year.
yeah, I know you grew a little bit.
Yeah.
Rylan's grew a little bit. We've all grew a lot.
Yeah. So you're all 3 sixth graders getting ready to come on up to the next level. Are you excited about moving up to the middle school next season?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rylan, you too?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna be a coach when you grow up.
No, I want to be playing. Yeah.
Well, I mean you can't. So you're gonna be a coach someday, Carson. I can feel it.
Maybe.
Because I see you down there coaching your brother all the time.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Is he doing all right?
Yeah.
Do you coach him even when you go home?
Yeah, all the time.
You tell him what he does wrong and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you think he listens to you?
No.
Jacob, when you go home, you don't have a brother to coach. Does your sister try to coach you up any?
No.
She don't?
No.
Did she tell you what a good
She
job
just
you
sits
did?
on her phone.
Just sits on her phone.
Yeah.
She don't tell you what a wonderful athlete you are?
No.
Rylan, you got any siblings?
Yeah, I got a sister.
Does she try to coach you up?
No, I
She-
tried coaching her up. She,
she-
don't listen to a thing.
Is she proud of you when you catching all them touchdowns?
No, because she don't come to a game.
Oh, so she's busy playing basketball.
Oh, is she a basketball player? Well, that's
She's a
okay.
hooper.
She's a hooper.
Yeah. Do you tell her about it though? You say now you're gonna tell her you're gonna be on TV. So you gotta watch this. Check this out. All right. When's your next game, boys?
Tomorrow.
Who you play?
Lane camp.
Lynn Camp at Lynn Camp.
Yeah.
We're gonna come home with a W.
Yes.
All right. Carson, are you gonna be able to play, or you still got another week?
I think I can play tomorrow. This guy
Let's
don't
ask
think I
Coach here. What do you think, Coach? Is he gonna be able to play?
We'll see. I don't know. He's getting better though. So
Okay.
I still haven't got. I ain't got
Hey,
that
mate.
release yet.
can. Yeah, but you will tomorrow.
All right. What do you guys think about playing for old Coach Rice here?
He yells at us sometimes.
Does he?
It gets annoying. I yell back
You know,
though.
you think you're not annoying? You're
No.
You're pretty annoying, Carson. I just want to say.
And you ain't?
And Jacob, you playing for Dad? How's that?
It's tough.
Is it tough?
Yeah.
Who you like playing better for, Uncle or Dad?
It's about the same.
Oh.
What?
About all that. What about you, Rylan?
Yeah, I like it. Love it.
You love it? All right.
Why? I push you, right? I push your buttons, don't
Too much.
I? I push your buttons.
Yeah, you make Jacob.
We do things right though. We do. You mess up, let you know, right? I don't pat you on the back.
Nope.
So, hey, it's only,
After
hey,
practice.
look, it only gets tougher as you go on up. So
Yeah, it don't get any
it don't
easier.
get any easier. So you
No, it definitely
You
does
got-
not get easier.
that's part of it.
Definitely won't get no harder either.
It might.
It might.
But no, he has that high school coaching experience. No, it won't. Uh-uh.
Well, you'll be ready when you get there. That's why we do it this way.
Yeah.
To get you ready. That way, when you walk through the doors when you're a freshman, you're ready to play.
Yeah.
Make Coach Ed happy,
That's right.
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Coach Ed's he's pumped about y'all anyway. So he watches y'all whether you know it or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yep. Everybody's watching you.
So what do y'all think
But what?
about tomorrow?
Oh,
Rylan, what you gonna do tomorrow?
Try to score a touchdown.
You gonna moss somebody?
Yes.
All right.
Whoop some rumps, son.
Jacob, blocking tackles,
Yeah.
You gonna try to get 20 tackles again?
Yeah. 2 sacks.
2 sacks.
2 sacks.
Why not more?
Give me
Try,
just-
So specific.
Tell me I got last time.
All right. You remind me of little Mike Allstott running through there with that 45 makes me happy. You know that's your uncle's number, right?
Yeah.
It's good to see it on a Rice.
Is that why you wearing it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Carson.
It's true.
All right, boys. Well, look, we're glad you come and join us. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys bring home the W tomorrow. I see y'all running around in the high school games. Come say hi to me Friday night. I'll be live in the stands.
Beat Clay County.
At Clay
Clay
County.
County Friday night.
It's gonna be a tough one, but we got this.
We got this, don't we, Carson?
We got this.
Carson, yeah, I think I'm going to put you in to be my co-host from here on out.
You need to. This guy.
He's a natural.
He's not doing his job.
All right, that's going to do it for this segment.